Okay, so let me bring up this picture. Okay, in the problem that we solved, we did not need this. So we did not need an initialization phase simplex. Through some luck, we landed here. We landed on a first dictionary that was already feasible, and through pivoting, 2 pivots, we got to a final dictionary from which we read off the answer, z equals 13. Okay? So we have covered this phase of simplex, where once you're feasible, you do entering variable and leaving variable, do keep doing pivoting until you get to an optimal solution. Okay? Now we haven't talked about how to do this, because most problems will land initially in an infeasible dictionary. So how would you make it feasible? We haven't talked about it. That will be the subject of the next lecture. But hopefully this overall picture of simplex is clear in your mind. Okay? So to summarize, pivoting has 2 things. You have to choose an entering variable, and the way you choose it is by looking for a coefficient which is greater than 0. The reason being, so strictly greater than 0, not equal to. The reason being that I want an increase in this variable to result in an increase in z. You look for a leaving variable by doing an analysis where you look for bi by aij, you look for the ratio, and you want to see which one is the smallest. But you have to be careful that in some of these rows, an increase to xi could lead to an increase in the basic variable. So you have to be careful about that. Okay, so we have covered the choice of entering variable and how to choose a leaving variable. Okay, and finally we do some algebra to compute the next dictionary. So once you have a dictionary, you know x3 enters, and let's say x6 leaves, then what you do is you invert. Where you had x6 in terms of x3, you will now have x3 in terms of x6, and you do a substitution, and you get a new dictionary. New dictionary means new solution, and new dictionary also means that hopefully your objective increases. And we'll show that it either increases or remains the same. It will never decrease because of pivoting. And that's one of the key important points in simplex, that the objective we will show either increases or remains the same. Okay? So that summarizes everything, and hopefully you enjoyed watching this tutorial on simplex. Next week we are going to cover the initialization phase and talk about some of the pitfalls, example degeneracy, and some other pitfalls in simplex. Okay, so far, thanks for following along, and if you have any questions, let me know through the usual forums. Thank you.